compose music, and I'm getting a master's degree to be a music teacher. I play in a band with Mr. Adachi, and that's why I'm here today. So I grew up. I was born in San Francisco, and I grew up in Japan. So I'll play you some music from Japan. Right? So what I'm here to tell you, or what I'm here to talk to you about, is basically three things, okay? And I'm 33 now, and the three things that I want to tell you are things that I actually did in my 20s that were actually really, really useful, okay? So let me pass out. So the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about is going to college. Okay, so you probably heard this like a bazillion, billion, trillion times, but I would really, really recommend going to college. Okay, and so if you can just like kind of like pass this around. This is a list of colleges that claim full financial need. Okay, which means that if you get in and you can prove, you demonstrate financial need, meaning, you know, I don't have the money to pay for it, then they're supposed to help, they're claiming that they will help you pay for it. Okay, so if you're thinking of applying to college, then, you know, I would start with that list of places, you know, see if you get in. Does anyone have any questions about that?
I'll make sure you guys get a copy of that.
Okay. Yeah, or, you know, just Google financial need colleges. Okay. The second thing that I wanted to talk to you about is taking care of yourself and the people around you. Okay, and the thing that I'm really glad that I did was I'm pretty tight with my parents. Okay, so I'm really glad that I did that. So you know, for you know, it might be a grandparent or an uncle or you know whoever that's taking care of you right now. You probably figured out that in the world, not everybody loves you, right? So really really cherish and take care of the people that do love you. And the part about taking care of yourself, I'm gonna have to confess that I smoke and I drink, but I didn't do any drugs. And I'm really glad that I didn't, because I'm trying to quit smoking right now, and it's really, really hard for me to quit smoking. So first of all, if you haven't started, don't get into that. And the reason that I'm trying to quit smoking is because I realize in life that I haven't really done even like half of the things that I want to do. And, you know, in order to do those things, I'm going to have to stay healthy. I'm going to have to live, you know, another good 20, 30 years. So, you know, have you ever been like really sick? Been really sick, right? And it really sucks and you can't get anything done. So I'm trying to prevent that from happening by quitting smoking now. So that's the second thing. And the third thing, I gotta be really, really careful with this one, is to have fun. Okay, so if you're thinking of, you know, there's something that I want to do, you know, like I would recommend, like, you know, fall in love once or twice, you know, have fun. I mean, I don't look like it, but I had a lot of fun. So, you know, I would recommend doing that. And because, you know, if you say, oh, I want to travel, you know, after I finish college or after I graduate from school, I'll travel. You know, that stuff only gets harder and harder and harder to do in life. You know, so if there's something that you want to do, don't hold yourself back. Do it now. That's all I got for you guys. My 3 things. Any questions or comments, or for any of us actually, for any of the people?
You know, I would share with you that if you do think of the service, that, and he talked about education, the Air Force, in your first 2 years, you will be required to finish your AA. It's a requirement. If you join the military, they pay 85% of your tuition as you're in the military. And then when you finish your 4 years, if that's all you signed up for, you will still get your 4-year opportunity to go on and finish your bachelor's or your master's. Many people in the military, if you've ever talked to them, they already have their master's and they're not even 30 yet. So there's opportunities. What he said is true, travel. Again, the military offers that. My first tour was actually in England. And if I can, I'd like to share a funny story because I was 18 when I joined, and I joined because I wanted to go to college and we didn't have the money. And so when I went in to see the recruiter, he was like, well, we'll guarantee you'll go overseas and we'll guarantee that you're going to be in intelligence. And of course, coming from California, I thought that was like great. So I said yes. After I finished my 8 weeks in South Carolina, they sent me to Germany. And when I got to Germany, I couldn't understand anything. I couldn't read anything. And so being a young 18-year-old, first time out of the country, I was crying. And so this warrant officer came up to me and he said, what's wrong? And I said, you know, I really wish I could go where they speak English, figuring he'll send me back home, right? So he says, well, let me get back with you. He comes back and he says, I got it. You're going to Raft Alconbury. And in my mind, I'm thinking, what state is that in, right? We have 50. I don't remember any Alconburys. I go, Raft Alconbury? He goes, yeah, United Kingdom. And I'm still thinking, that's not one of our states, right? So I said, United Kingdom? He goes, yeah, like England, the Queen of England. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you can't get any more English than that, right? So they sent me to England for 3 years. And I loved it. From there, I got to go to Germany. From there, I actually went to Korea for 3 years. And my next assignment was Belgium. I decided to come home and join the Army Reserves. So there's opportunities. What he has to say is absolutely true. Travel, enjoy life, appreciate those that you love. But the military does have opportunities for education should you want. And I know a lot of people are afraid because we are at war right now. But there's other jobs. There's electrician, and the Air Force has any job at an airport that you could want. So think about it, but absolutely, we all have something to offer here for you. Just network and get to know who it is that can help you get where you want to be. Thank you.
You guys have any questions for me? You have a question? Well, I don't know what to say.
That's it, trumpet?
Yeah?
You want to take it out?
Yeah, take it out with some music.
You want to get on the drum set? My turn. All right, I'll present.
Let's see what you got.
Hi, everybody. My name is Chris Adachi. So, really quickly about me. I grew up in Honolulu, Hawaii. Or actually, I grew up in Waianae, Hawaii. But my school that I went to in high school and in college was was in Honolulu, Hawaii, and I graduated from the University of Hawaii at Manoa. From there, it took me quite a long time, I'll be honest with you guys. I was in a lot of financial need while going there. So for a few years, I also had to do part-time school while actually being, while going to school as part-time, but then I was also working in the restaurant business. So before I even became a teacher, I was working in 2 different restaurants. One was kind of like a Johnny Rockets, but it's called Teddy's Bigger Burgers. They're actually opening one up in Irvine, and the other one, it was a very small French-Japanese fusion restaurant. And the people that would go there would be people like the president of Sony Japan, or like the chef that was there was offered a position on Iron Chef Japan, the original Iron Chef, but he didn't want to do that because that's how he didn't want to run his business like that. But I grew up, sometime in college, I grew up kind of surrounded by learning how to cook, learning how to grill, learning how to do all that stuff. And then through, in a way, luck, I got to be part of Loyola Marymount, and I joined their master's program. So my first 2 years here teaching, I was also getting my master's degree. And I've been here now, it's my 4th year here, so it's your guys' 1st year. And from then, I've also been doing, I've been gigging on the side, playing my trumpet. As Isaku said, I'm part of the band. As I told you guys, I'm part of the band right up here, Novala. I also write music with my brother. We just got, I forget which radio station wants to play our music, but one of them took our remix of the Lennon, Rihanna, Kanye song that's coming out, 5, 6, or 4, 6 seconds, or whatever it's called. But I helped produce that. I also helped produce a few other things like Bia Miller. There's another Disney thing. But that's all the time we got for it. So see you guys next time.